The following program is a public access production. The Village of Villa Park is required to provide time on this channel and make it available pursuant to franchise agreements for the community. The Village of Villa Park is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Village of Villa Park, but solely the opinions of the participants.
All right, you're all set.
Thank you so much, guys. That was wonderful.
What do you think?
That's
You happy
cool.
now? You got air in your tire?
Yeah.
We go lightning
No,
fast.
Now I'm going really fast.
That's really going to go. That won't work quite so
Villa
hard.
Park is fortunate to have 3 great trails to use year-round for many activities,
Charlotte?
including riding bikes.
Bye.
Each year, a community bike ride demonstrates just how great these trails are. The Villa Park Environmental Concerns Commission is one of the sponsors, and the goal is to get as many people out on the trails as possible. The bike ride event has many volunteers and services to riders, starting with the Villa Park Explorers, who assist in many ways, Performance Bicycle, who does free repairs on bikes, Dr. Maria Hoffmeyer, providing stretching and stress massages, and volunteers along the route providing refreshments, and even live entertainment at the gazebo. The organizers designed routes for kids that is 1 mile, a 5K route for those more experienced, and a 15K route for advanced riders. You can even enjoy the ride with a friend, or spend time alone on the trails. Groups are fun too, and everyone can take advantage of the treasure the trails offer. So let's not waste any time and get out on the bike on the Villa Park Community Bike Ride 2011. We'll be using a camera on the helmet so you can view the ride of the 5K route just the way we did. We're on the Illinois Prairie Path at Ardmore Avenue. After one final check of the camera equipment, we'll head east on the crushed limestone path that follows the route of the former Chicago, Aurora, and Elgin interurban railroad line between Chicago and the western suburbs as far as Aurora and Elgin, Illinois. On this section of the Illinois Prairie Path, you can see the only 2 original train station buildings from the original Chicago, Aurora, and Elgin lines. The first was where we began the ride next to the Ardmore station. The second is at Villa Avenue and is a museum with artifacts from the railroad line. The path is wide and open. You can view homes built in Villa Park many years ago. Some are 100 years old and more. And the trail is tree-lined, has beautiful lantern-style lights that are on at night, allowing anyone to use this section of the Illinois Prairie Path in daylight or at night. The grounds are clean and well kept by the Village of Villa Park, showing anyone who uses the Illinois Prairie Path how much they value having it in their community. As we cross Summit Avenue, you enter a section of the Illinois Prairie Path that has a well-manicured tree canopy. On hot days, the shade from the trees is a welcome relief. And along this section, you'll find a few park benches if you want to sit and rest or just take in the view.
On your left. Thank you.
In a few seconds, you'll see ahead of us a large red brick building. That is the original Wander Factory, the historic birthplace of Ovaltine chocolate in the United States. The property was converted several years ago to apartments and is home to over 350 residents. Just short of the Ovaltine factory, we turn left to travel along the connection path that joins the Illinois Prairie Path with the Great Western Trail. As we wind through the Cortese Veterans Park, you can see a U.S. Army Ajax missile in operation during the 1950s through 1970, and the original storage depot building once used on the Great Western Railroad.
Okay, I caught you. You're on bike cam. How are you? Yeah, hopefully it's working. I can't tell. I can't see it. How are you? Say your name for the camera.
Becky Rickard.
Becky.
I am a commissioner on the Environmental Concerns Commission.
Okay, I'm lost. Which way am I going?
You are going to be heading that way on the Great Western Trail.
I'm heading that way. Thank you, Becky.
No problem.
You know, I'm going to get a cup of water from you.
Okay, great.
Soft drink.
Juice, which is Cytomax, and water.
Cytomax. Sounds good.
Maybe a little on the weak side. I used the whole thing, but it still
Tastes like raspberry.
a little weak. Yeah. It's supposed to be tropical fruit.
Okay, this will get me up to Ardmore.
Okay.
So if you can run up ahead.
And I'll take that for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right. If you see a carcass down the path here, that's me.
Okay.
Becky, you've been wonderful. Thanks for the drink.
No problem.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We are now riding on the easternmost section of the Great Western Trail. This path system runs for 12 miles, and in 2 more sections extends into Iowa. The Chicago Great Western Railroad once operated mostly freight service on this route, and one of its last remaining customers along this section was the Ovaltine factory. Today, the crushed limestone path is almost as straight as an arrow, with few turns. Under the path is a main line for fresh water originating from Lake Michigan and servicing the suburbs of Chicago. This section of the Great Western Trail is also lined with lantern-style lights for use at night. Unfortunately, this is also the section where I have a mechanical problem with my bike, as you'll see in a moment.
Okay, that's what happens with bikes.
While I'm working on this, listen to this great program from the Easter Seals.
You're with the Easter Seals here in Villa Park, right?
Easter Seals DuPage.
Easter Seals DuPage. Okay, tell us about the event that you did yesterday and what you're doing here today.
Well, yesterday we had an event called Lose the Training Wheels, and it's an event that we have children that have disabilities, and they come to our program. It's a 5-day program, and they ride for 75 minutes each day on special roller bikes. They replace the rear tire with a roller that helps them learn their balance reactions.
Okay, so it's wider, so it doesn't have that narrow.
Right, so it's kind of like a rolling pin that's tapered.
Okay, do they ride that outside or do they ride it inside?
They start in the gym, and then as they progress to a two-wheel bike, they ride outside.
Okay, and this is good for them to be able to ride the bike or basic therapy?
Well, most of them are doing it just for the pure recreation of being free to ride a two-wheel bike, yeah.
Now, did some of them come out here today after finishing that program?
Yeah, we had 2 riders today.
Okay, how'd they do?
They did awesome.
Did they take the kids route, the 5K route, the 10K route?
We did the 5K route, but we took a turn off. And then they...
You know what? So did I.
they braved the sidewalks and the cracks and everything. Yeah, they did great.
Now, is this a new program? Have you done this before in terms of the bikes?
I believe it's Easter Seals' 8th year doing the program, my 3rd year.
Okay. Now, the Easter Seals is located where? It's right here in Villa Park, right?
Yes, it's in Villa Park.
Is it on what street?
Off of Madison, and it's at Madison and Addison.
Okay. Now, obviously most people are familiar with the Easter Seals. Tell us about some of the other things that you do besides this program with the bikes.
Sure. It's a clinic that offers outpatient therapy services to the whole entire pediatric span from birth up until about 18 to 21 years of age. Okay. So we offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and assistive tech services.
Assistive tech, what's that?
So assistive technology, so different types of communication devices that help children learn to communicate.
Okay, good. So is this a service that's covered by insurance, by donations? How is it funded?
All of the above.
All of the above.
So we have a lot of great people out there that donate to Easter Seals, so that people that come from underprivileged families can still get services. We do accept insurance as well as public aid.
Okay, so if someone is interested and wants to donate to Easter Seals who isn't already doing that, I know they used to have the almost like the stamps that you would put on envelopes, etc. How can someone get in touch with the Easter Seals and donate to this program and others?
You can call our main number and let them know that you'd like to donate.
Okay, and find them on the web or call 411, or do you know the number?
We have a website, the number is 630-620-4433.
Right in Villa Park, Lombard?
Yes.
My first name is Jane, spelled Jayne.
Jayne. Okay, how old are you, Jane?
I'm 9. I just turned 9 in July.
You just turned 9? Well, what day? Because my birthday was in July.
The 15th.
Oh, 4 days. Mine was July 11th. Did you have fun on your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you what you were doing here today.
Well, I was bike riding, and it was kind of hard, but in the end I realized how much progress I've made.
Okay, how did you get to come here today? You did something with the Easter Seals in order to get ready for this?
It's called Lose the Training Wheels. It was my 2nd year doing this, so...
Awesome.
I was like speeding through it.
So you're going fast?
Uh-huh.
So this is kind of easy for you now?
Well, the bike ride, it was filled with a bunch of obstacles I had never done before.
Okay. What did you think about the weather? The weather's kind of a little bit warm. Did that have any factor on your ride?
No. It just... Well, it wasn't raining, but it was like cloudy, which was like good.
Yeah, kind of sticky.
Yeah, because then it wouldn't be like you would like over sweat with the sun.
Yeah. So you're able to make it through with no problem.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Except with there was a bunch of obstacles, and once my bike fell on my leg, it hurt.
Oh, it fell down?
Yeah.
But you're wearing a helmet.
Uh-huh.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's a good idea to always wear a helmet?
Yes.
Even I wear one when I'm riding a bike.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. Did you have a good time today?
Mm-hmm.
You want to say anything about the Easter Seals program? Did they do a good job?
Yes, I couldn't believe how much progress I've made. And we go to Sanibel every year and we ride bikes. So.
Sanibel Island?
Yeah, it's in Florida.
Yeah, I know. A nice place. And you ride bikes all the time?
Yeah, but I've been on my dad's trailer for a few years, so now I can start riding alone.
All right, you're doing a good job. Thanks for coming out here today and enjoy it.
I loved it.
All right, say goodbye.
Bye, fans.
Nathaniel, Nathaniel.
Okay, Nathaniel, how old are you?
9.5.
9.5?
Yes.
So your birthday was a while ago.
December 4th.
Nice. Okay, by Christmas, do you get extra presents on Christmas because of that?
No, not really.
No?
But I do get presents on Christmas and my birthday.
That is way awesome. Within a couple of weeks of each other.
Yep.
Nice. Now, what were you doing here today?
Well, I was riding my bike.
Mm-hmm.
I went to lose the training wheels.
Oh, you went to this graduation event, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't believe how easy it was after all that riding with the rollers and stuff.
How long were you on the rollers, using those rollers, the wide ones?
About 2.5 days. On Wednesday, we stopped and then we changed to 2 wheels.
Really? So you were on 2 wheels first, so you actually did the transition at the Easter Seals, and then you came out here to show everybody how you could do it, right?
Yeah, the order was, well, Monday, Tuesday, and half of Wednesday was like, well, I should say a fraction of Wednesday. That was the rollers, and then the other fraction of Wednesday, Thursday, and the rest of Thursday and the whole day Friday was 2 wheels.
Okay, now which route did you do today here at the bike event?
I did the 5K.
Really?
Yes.
How'd you do? You do okay?
Yep.
Okay. Was there anything hard about it? Was it easier for you?
Half and half, I guess.
Okay. How's your legs? Your legs feel good?
Yep.
Okay. Are they sore or anything?
No, not really.
Really? You're in pretty good shape.
Mhm.
You're a smart kid. I can tell you're pretty smart, right?
Yep.
You do good at school, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, all A's, right?
Yeah.
It's too easy for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're out here accomplishing this bike riding thing. What are you going to do next? Climb a mountain or something?
Well, I'm actually going to go to a free CSO Ravinia Park concert.
Oh, tonight?
Tonight.
Nice. Who's playing there?
Well, it's the CSO, the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, this is a smart kid. This is a smart kid. Symphony. I was at the Symphony one time. Have you ever been to the Symphony Orchestra in Chicago?
Yeah, Millennium Park only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time at Harris Theater.
Nice. What's your favorite instrument in the Symphony Orchestra?
I like them all.
I like the oboe.
Cool.
It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Listen for the oboe when you're there tonight, okay?
Okay, if they have an oboe.
They will. Thank you, sir. You're an awesome kid.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bikes can break.
Oh wow, I may have fixed it. And we're off. I think the last time I put a chain on a bike was 40 years ago. I was 10. Let's see if these signs work. I'm staying off the parkway or the path, and they're just going, which is good. That one works. Over here is the police station here in Villa Park. Smile, you're on bike cam. You're on bike cam, smile. Hello, hello, hello.
Because we had a problem with the bike chain, we're going to head back and make a shortcut so that we can go talk to somebody who can probably tell us how to fix it permanently. That's the bike doctor. We're turning now back onto the Illinois Prairie Path, and in just a few blocks, we'll be back to the place we started. And there we can talk to the bike doctor.
How you doing? All right. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So there you have it. One trip around the Illinois Prairie Path and the Great Western Trail in Villa Park. Only with one minor mishap.
Here as the bike doctors.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What does that mean?
We're just here, doing general basic maintenance repairs, free of charge, no cost, no questions asked. Just trying to get people on the road and riding again. Also, just give them basic safety, tips and, just, answering questions that people have.
Well, bikes are going out on the street just like cars.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're on paths, and that's kind of convenient for the people. But they're also on the streets, and they need to be as safe as a car, right?
Yes. The bicyclists do have the same rights of the road as cars do.
And the same rules they have to abide by.
Yes, correct.
Right. Okay. Now, what are you seeing here today? I know you did a lot of brakes. What kind of things are you seeing that's wrong with bikes that people ought to pay attention to?
Yeah, it's, brake adjustments. Obviously, you got to make sure you're able to stop the bike. We're getting a few flat repairs, and then also, some gears are skipping. It's just simple, basic adjustments.
Now, I went out on the Great Western Trail, and I have been riding maybe 2 days in the last 25 years, and that was the last 2 days. But one of the things that happened was I tried to shift, and I came off the smallest gear on the back of the tire.
Right.
The chain came off, and I was able to put it on easily. But does that happen frequently?
Yes, it does. That's just a basic adjustment. It's all with cable tension. It's just a quick 5-minute fix. So.
Okay, so that can be fixed rather than modify. You having to deal with it each time it happens.
Yeah, you don't need to buy a new bike.
Okay.
That's something that should be an easy fix. So.
Okay. Now, Performance also has maintenance shop there for bikes other than what you're doing here today,
yes,
right?
Yeah, actually we have a basic maintenance clinic twice a month, every month throughout the year. Just Q&A. Some of them are specific, like derailleur madness, where you focus on derailleur adjustments.
What's a derailleur? Tell me.
It's a gear changer.
Oh, that thing that's sitting on the back of the gear.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what tells the chain where to go. If you want to go faster, if you want to go slower.
Mechanical genius figured that one out. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So you got one coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah, actually, on the 18th of August, we got a Spin Doctor Q&A. That means you go in, you have a question on how to change a flat, we'll show you how to change a flat. You got a question on how to do a brake adjust, we'll show you how to do a brake adjust. Any question you got, we'll answer it for you.
Excellent. Now, besides teaching people how to do it, you can also fix the bikes for them, and they can drop off the bike and say, here, tune it up, like, right?
Full service repairs, and then we also do ground up builds, custom builds, everything like
Custom
that.
bikes.
We don't do custom frame builds. We do, if you bring in a frame and you want to put your own parts on it, we'll do it from the frame up. We'll build that for you.
That's awesome. So that would convert a frame into a street bike or a mountain bike or whatever, right?
Whatever you want to do to it, we can do that for you.
Now I just described a couple of the types of bikes that I hear people talking about. A street bike. How is that different than a mountain bike, for example? Is it just the tires or the gears or what?
Well, it's going to be the tire. It's going to be also the frame geometry itself. A road bike's not going to be able to put up with the abuse that a mountain bike's going to. Okay. So it's also got to do with rigidity and whatnot. And then the same thing, a mountain bike's not going to handle like a road bike does. So it's within the build of the bike and the components that it comes with.
So Performance also sells brand new bikes.
Oh, yes.
Other than custom-made bikes, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
And what brands do you offer? I mean, I'm probably a full line, but what are your favorite brands?
We are Fuji's #1 North American retailer. So Fuji. Then we also sell Schwinn, GT. Scatante is our house brand. It's made for us by Fuji, so you get a house bike at a nice price. Freezers, Focus. We sell a full line of bikes.
Okay, now, if someone wants to come in and get a bike for themselves, let's say they're an adult, are they going to get advice from someone in your store about different styles, or do they have to tell you what brand they want? I mean, you got full service in terms of advice as well, right?
Yeah, if a customer comes in, if they have no idea what they're looking for, we size them up first off, and then also.
Now, sizing is leg distance, right?
Yeah, it's based off your body size. You got to be, on the right size bike. Otherwise, you're not going to want to ride it. You have to be comfortable on it. And then, we'll go over the basics, like what sort of terrain are you riding on? Is it going to be road? Is it going to be prairie path? Whatnot. And then we'll base, what information you give us, and then, try to get you on the bike that you need. So.
Now, most people, when they drive their car, drive automatic transmission.
Yes, sir.
And a few still drive manual and shift gears. On a bike, you got to shift gears.
Yes, sir.
In order to go uphill and downhill and the different terrains that you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show people how to do that as well?
Super easy. Actually, we have to go over all of that before you leave with the bike. We show you how to use it. It's also it's free lifetime adjustments on the bike, so it's kind of like worry-free maintenance. You get a bike from us, you're out riding. The cables are fresh. They're going to stretch. The gears will start to skip. The brakes will get spongy. You bring it back in, 5-minute fix. So no questions asked.
Now, let's say I have a bike. I've got an old Schwinn bike, and
Yes,
I'm looking at it, I'm going, boy, that's really different than what I'm seeing, running down the path right now.
Mm-hmm.
The wheels are nice and thin. They're about 27 inches or so. Mm-hmm. And you look at it and you go, boy, if I hit a drain pipe on the street, I'm dead.
Right.
I'm going to go right through it.
Right.
And half of the wheel will be in the drain, and I'll be floating off into Never Land. Is there any residual value to bikes that people have, and they say, I want to upgrade?
Oh, yeah, you can always upgrade. The thing about biking is you can always upgrade. It just depends on
you're a great salesman.
It just depends on how much money you want to spend. So
That's right. You can always make the sale,
upgrade.
right?
Yes, sir.
That's cool. That's cool. But those bikes, I know, for example, Stingray bikes from the 70s and 60s, those are like
resale.
collectors.
Oh, huge resale value. Old school Schwinns, that were still made in America pre-85. Schwinn collectors are all over that stuff. So if you have some in nice condition, chances are people have no idea what their bikes are worth. Chances are it's worth more than they paid for. So.
Right. But the way the bikes are built today, I mean, I just rode a bike that's relatively new compared to the ones I used to ride.
Right.
The wheels are much easier for the terrain that I was on, the path and streets. And the seat, the configuration of the handlebar, everything's different. The brakes, with the way they work, everything's different. So people should really look at that if they're going to get back into riding.
Oh, very much so. Actually, I just bought my mom a bike for her 50th birthday, and she was riding an old school chromoly Schwinn. There's nothing wrong with it. Super smooth bike. And then I got her a modern bike, nowadays, and she was like kind of freaking out. She couldn't believe how smooth it was. So, there's a big difference for sure.
All right, so people want to stop by your store in Lombard and check out the bikes that you have and the services that you have, and also come to this event. Let's mention it again.
We got the Spin Doctor Q&A clinic on Thursday, August 18th, starting at 6 p.m. And if you got any questions, we'll answer them for you. It's an open forum about maintaining your bike, the gear you need, nutrition, hydration, and more.
Even better. Nutrition, hydration, very important. Thanks, buddy.
Not a problem.